Coco Gauff takes her first steps at this year's
Coco Gauff has announced herself on the stage of Australian Open. Coco Gauff completely dismantled Kamilla Rakhimova in an insane manner by defeating her 2 sets straight and advancing to the next round. And she has shut every hater who was hoping for an early end to her Australian Open campaign. Coco is going all out, and she completely commanded in all aspects of the game. This wasn't just a win, this was a statement, a declaration that Coco Gauff is here to compete at the highest level, and she's not backing down from anyone. The way she walked onto that court, the way she carried herself throughout the match, you could see the determination in her eyes. This young champion came prepared, she came ready, and she absolutely delivered when it mattered most. The dominance that Coco displayed against Rakhimova was nothing short of spectacular. From the very first game, you could tell that Coco was locked in mentally and physically. She wasn't giving her opponent any breathing room, she wasn't allowing any momentum shifts, and she certainly wasn't playing conservatively. Every point was contested with maximum effort. Every rally was fought with incredible intensity. And every game showed exactly why Coco Gauff is considered one of the brightest stars in women's tennis today. The scoreline speaks for itself, but what really stood out was the manner of victory. This wasn't a grind, this wasn't a struggle, this was complete and utter control from start to finish. What made this performance even more impressive was the way Coco handled the pressure and expectations coming into this tournament. There's been so much talk, so much speculation, so much noise surrounding her game, but she blocked all of that out and focused purely on her tennis. And boy, did she play some incredible tennis. The Australian Open has always been a special tournament, and for Coco to come out and perform like this in her opening match shows that she's ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. This is the Coco Gauff we've been waiting to see. This is the player who can dominate the biggest stages in tennis. Now let's talk about what made this performance so special. Let's dive into the aspects of Coco's game that truly shined through in this match. Coco Gauff was extremely mobile, and she used her strength of agility with intensity in this match. Coco was running wild on the court and was not leaving any ball. And some of her conversions were close to impossible as she received multiple standing ovations from the crowd and her own team. The athleticism on display was absolutely mind-blowing. We're talking about retrieving shots that 99% of players on tour would have given up on. We're talking about turning defensive positions into offensive opportunities in the blink of an eye. We're talking about coverage that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The way Coco moved across that court was like watching a gazelle in full flight. Her footwork was precise, her positioning was perfect, and her ability to change direction at full speed was extraordinary. There were rallies where Rakhimova hit what she thought were winners, shots that should have been unreachable, but Coco somehow got there. Not only did she get there, but she returned them with interest, often putting Rakhimova on the defensive with her counterpunching ability. This is the kind of court coverage that wins Grand Slams. This is the kind of defensive ability that frustrates opponents and breaks their spirit. What really captured everyone's attention were those impossible gets. Those rallies where Coco was stretched to her absolute limits, but still managed to not just keep the ball in play, but to hit quality shots under immense pressure. The crowd was on their feet multiple times throughout the match, applauding her effort, her determination, her refusal to give up on any point. Her team in the players' box were equally amazed, jumping out of their seats, celebrating these incredible moments of athleticism and skill. These are the kind of rallies that get replayed over and over, the kind of points that end up in highlight reels for years to come. And now people would understand what Ons Jabeur mentioned, that Coco is an octopus as she can take every shot. That comparison makes perfect sense when you watch Coco play. It's like she has arms extending in every direction, reaching balls that shouldn't be reachable, covering court that shouldn't be coverable. Ons Jabeur, who has faced Coco multiple times and knows her game intimately, couldn't have chosen a better description. An octopus has this incredible ability to adapt, to reach, to control its environment, And that's exactly what Coco does on a tennis court. She controls the space, she dictates the pace, and she makes her opponents feel like there's nowhere to hit the ball where she can't retrieve it.
Yeah, sometimes I say she's an octopus, she doesn't, it gets every ball. She's always there. She doesn't give up. Big serve, Sometimes it's a bit annoying when someone is serving well. She can go anywhere to get any ball, and
This octopus-like quality is what separates good players from great players. Anyone can hit a great forehand or a great backhand, but not everyone can cover the court like Coco does. Not everyone has that combination of speed, anticipation, and reach that makes them such a nightmare to play against. Rakhimova experienced this firsthand in their match. Every time she thought she'd hit a winner, Coco was there. Every time she tried to exploit an opening, Coco closed it down. That's the mark of a true champion. Someone who makes their opponents earn every single point. But it wasn't just about defense and court coverage. Let's talk about another aspect of Coco's game that has been under the microscope lately. There were a lot of people who were talking about Coco's serve, but Coco has proved that she has got better at her serves as she got several points on the serves. The serve has been a topic of discussion, sometimes criticism, throughout Coco's career. People have questioned whether her serve is good enough to win the biggest titles, whether she can rely on it in pressure moments, whether it's a weakness that opponents can exploit. Well, this match provided some answers, and they weren't the answers the doubters were hoping for. Coco's serve in this match was a weapon. She was hitting her spots, she was generating good pace, and most importantly, she was winning free points on her serve. There were games where she held it love. There were service games where Rakhimova barely touched the ball. This is the kind of serving that takes pressure off the rest of your game. This is the kind of serving that allows you to be more aggressive on return games because you're confident in holding your own service. The improvement is real. The work she's put in with her team is paying dividends, and it showed in this match. What this tells us is that Coco is committed to continuous improvement. She's not satisfied with her current level, and she's willing to work on the aspects of her game that need development. The serve was identified as an area that could be better, and she's addressed it. That's the mentality of a champion. That's the approach that leads to long-term success at the highest level of the sport. Now let's address all the background noise that haters were predicting that Coco would end up getting eliminated from the tournament from the get-go. But Coco has other plans. The negativity surrounding Coco before this tournament was honestly ridiculous. People were writing her off before she'd even hit a ball, predicting early exits, questioning whether she belonged in the conversation with the elite players. Some of this criticism came from a genuine place of analysis, but a lot of it seemed to come from people who just wanted to see her fail, who wanted to be proven right in their skepticism. But Coco doesn't play for the haters. She doesn't compete to prove doubters wrong. She plays because she loves the game and because she wants to win championships. And that's exactly the mentality she brought into this tournament. Coco Gauff has made it clear that yes, she has lost a couple of first rounds in her career, but here she just wants to win it, so she does not care much about the pressure, and she would have the problem if she does not win the tournament. That's a powerful statement. That's the kind of confidence that can carry you through 7 matches at a Grand Slam. She's not running from her past results. She's not making excuses for previous first-round losses. She's acknowledging them and moving forward. That's maturity. That's growth. That's exactly what you want to see from a young player learning to navigate the pressures of professional tennis. Every champion has had losses they'd rather forget. Every great player has experienced disappointment. But what separates the good from the great is how they respond to those setbacks. Coco has responded by setting her sights on the ultimate prize. She's not here just to make a respectable showing. She's not here just to reach the second week. She's here to win the entire tournament. That level of ambition, that level of belief, is what drives champions. And by articulating it so clearly, she's putting herself in the right mental space to achieve it. Coco Gauff has made it clear that she would only be satisfied if she wins the tournament. But even though she does not win, it would not be because of her haters, and she would be proud of herself. This is perhaps the most important message of all. Success isn't defined by what other people think. It's defined by the effort you put in, the commitment you show, and the pride you take in your performance. Coco understands this at a fundamental level. If she wins the Australian Open, it will be an incredible achievement, a career-defining moment, and a testament to all the hard work she's put in. But if she falls short, it won't be because she listened to the negativity, it won't be because she let the haters get in her head, and it won't be because she didn't give everything she had. That's the kind of perspective that allows athletes to perform freely, without the weight of external expectations crushing them. The pride she mentions isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. It's recognizing that regardless of results, showing up every day, working on your craft, competing with integrity and passion, these things have value in themselves. The scoreboard matters, the trophies matter, but so does the journey, so does the growth, so does the person you become through the process. This victory over Rakhimova is just the beginning of what could be an incredible Australian Open campaign for Coco Gauff. She's playing with confidence, she's playing with freedom, and she's playing some of the best tennis of her career. The haters have been silenced, at least for now, and Coco has made her intentions crystal clear. She's here to compete, she's here to win, and she's not going to let anyone or anything stand in her way. The Australian Open just got a whole lot more interesting, and Coco Gauff is right at the center of it all. This is her time, this is her moment, and based on what we saw in that first round, she's ready to seize it with both hands.